What is going on, everybody? It's JetsCentral coming back with another video, and I wanted to assess quarterback Sam Darnold's Week 1 preseason performance against the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, and the game just wrapped up, and I gotta say, walking away from the TV, I walked away pretty impressed. I think Sam Darnold, albeit it's his NFL debut, showed a lot of promise out there. I think he did really, really well in certain aspects of the game. And of course, in this video and in all these NFL rookie quarterback videos, I want to talk about the pros as well as bringing up the cons, giving you guys my honest opinions on how I thought each of these young rookie quarterbacks did in their specific games on a week-to-week preseason basis. So tonight's game was Sam Darnold and the Jets against the Falcons. And let's talk about some of the pros first. Okay, so the biggest pro that I thought Sam displayed to us tonight was his pocket awareness. And I talked a lot about this in the Baker Mayfield performance video that I just uploaded yesterday. But this is a trait that everybody knew Sam Darnold possessed when they picked him. Third overall, okay? He was great at it at USC. Everybody knew this. The fans, the players, the coaching staff, everybody knew Sam Darnold was great in the pocket, maneuvering in the pocket, sliding left, sliding right, stepping up, knowing when to escape, feeling pressure. It's really just poetry in motion watching Darnold do that tonight. You know, when it all kind of came to fruition, finally, it was no more speculation. It's not, there's no more kind of secondhand information, secondhand knowledge. It's just fans watching for the first time Sam Darnold in the green and white doing really well against an opposing team. So I was really encouraged to see that. And going into the game, I knew he had that trait, but just again seeing it actually happen was really, really cool to see. And I thought Sam Darnold did a nice job in doing that. So the second pro that I saw from Samuel tonight is his overall command on the offense. I thought he had a nice grip and a nice understanding of what he was doing with the football, especially when he was in the shotgun. Now, when he was under center, it was a little shaky as far as going through reads and whatnot, but when he was in the shotgun, he looked completely comfortable, and it's almost like he knew every single situation that could have played out on that specific play. For example, if your second read, if your first read is shut down, he knew where his second read was, and then to his third, and then, of course, the check down. So overall, I thought Sam Darnold had a really, really good command on the offense, and you have to kind of tip your hat to new offensive coordinator Jeremy Bates in that department, because it takes a good offensive coordinator, a good quarterback coach to really push that or drive that issue to a young quarterback who, remember, is only 21 years old. So to see a young quarterback, I know he's a first-round pick and stuff, and a lot of people out there could be saying, yeah, I expect him to do this. He was the third overall pick. But understanding that he's a 21-year-old kid, it's really, really nice to see, really, really positive, and gives me confidence moving forward that Sam Darnold can learn at a high pace, pick up information and process it quickly. So I like that he had command, and going back to what I said, that I think branches off from his pocket awareness. So my third pro that I noticed from Sam tonight was his mechanics. His mechanics got a little bit better, especially working under center. This was a guy who played majority of the time in the shotgun at USC under T. Martin and Clay Helton. Oh, he was in the shotgun most of the time, pretty much all the time. So seeing him under center, it was really good to see. Now his lower body was great. Doing 5-step, 8-step dropbacks, play action fakes, bootlegs. I thought Sam Darnold looked really, really fluent, really, really, really natural doing that. Now, I did notice that when he was under center dropping back, he had a harder time going through his reads. He was more quick to go to his check down, which is okay, of course. Week 1 of the preseason. I understand. I get it. Kid's not going to be perfect. But overall, for Sam, 21 years old, to look at him and say, this kid has his mechanics down, a guy who didn't run a pro-style system at USC, for him to look this fluent this early on is a great, great sign. Okay, so Sam Darnold, overall, talking about what I brought up before, his pocket awareness, his mechanics, his overall poise and command of the offense, mixed with his short game accuracy, which I thought he did a really nice job at as well. I thought it equaled out to a really solid night, a really, really good night, okay? But, of course, there were a few cons. The first con that I feel like I need to bring up is there was not that many downfield passes. And of course, you could point to Jeremy Bates and say, look, why aren't you throwing the ball deep? Why aren't you letting Sam Darnold rip it? What's the issue here? I felt like Sam Darnold, it was almost like there was 8 to 9 plays that 8 to 9 passing plays, excuse me, that Darnold was allowed to run. I would have liked to see Sam really try to stretch the field more. You know, I know there was, I think, two deep passes, and they were both incomplete, and then there was one kind of intermediate on the sideline on his first drive, which was also incomplete. But I wanted to see Sam at least get like 4 to 5 passes within the 15 and plus yardage. I'm talking about 15 yards through the football moving through the air. I would have really liked to see Sam Darnold really just air it out a little bit, just to get his confidence up and to see if he could complete passes downfield, something he did really well really well with at USC. He wasn't really a vertical passer at USC as far as the sidelines go. I mean, yeah, he did do it from time to time, and he did a pretty solid job at it, but I don't think that's the type of quarterback that Sam Darnold is. I think he's more comfortable throwing down the hash marks of the side of the field, trying to target tight ends, trying to target his slot receivers and stuff like that. So I felt like Sam Darnold should have been asked to throw the ball a little bit deeper more tonight. So is it a complaint? Yes. Is it a big complaint? Not at all. So the second con, and really my last con here, is I just felt like the second half was a little shaky. And yes, you could point to the coaching staff and say, yo, what's the deal again with these play calls? Why are we running the ball so much? I felt like Sam Darnold, kind of going back to my last point, it just seemed like there was 8 to 9 passing plays that Sam Darnold was only like allowed to run. I felt like he was chained down. He was restricted in that sense. I would have really liked to see Sam Darnold mix it up a little bit. Let's see him in a quick 2-minute drill randomly at the end of the third quarter. Let's throw the kitchen sink at the dude and let's see what he has, as opposed to kind of playing it safe. I felt like the mindset of Jeremy Bates, the mindset of Todd Bowles going in to halftime was, Sam looked really good. Let's not destroy his confidence. Let's run the ball and get out of here with the win. That's kind of how I felt the second half went, and that's not really a winner's mindset. I mean, in the preseason, it's one thing, it's understandable, but that won't fly in the regular season. You have to understand when to keep your foot on the gas pedal. That's why the New England Patriots never lose games, okay? Because it doesn't matter if they're up by 3 points or 30 points, they play like the game is tied. So those are my only cons regarding Sam. I thought overall he had a really solid night, and the grade that I'm going to give Sam is a B-. I thought he did some things tremendously well. The pocket presence, I went over, a lot of the stuff that really turned me on to Sam. And then he had he didn't have a perfect game by any means, but I think overall it's worthy of a B-. So let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts on how Sam looked and your grade on him. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. I know it's going on 9 minutes here, so another long video, and I want to say thank you to everybody that stuck around. So as always, thanks so much, and go Jets.